23rd rivalry between Upper Merion and Norristown. Upper Merion leads the series 15-3-4. Norristown will be kicking off. Rob Winnick will be kicking it off to Matt DiMarzio, number 26, and number 14, Buddy Leo. Norristown Thanksgiving game 1987 is underway. Ball bounces away from Upper Merion. Will go into the end zone for a touchback. Upper Merion will take over first down and 10 from their own 20. Let's take a look at the Upper Merion offense. First of all, starting with a line. Left tackle is Sean Nixon, number 65. Jody Horrocks, a left guard, number 72. The center is Tony Raleigh, number 59. Right guard, Eric Fabrizio, number 73. Odin Brucci, the right tackle, number 76. Bill Shaw, the tight end, number 81. We'll set the offensive backfield in a moment. Jeff Rowinski, number 16, is the quarterback. First down and 10 for Upper Merion. Ball game just underway. Mr. Ryan Foster on the first play. Norristown comes up.
Get used to that, Art. We're going to see a lot of Ryan Foster today for the Vikings.
Jeff Rowinski, number 16, is the quarterback for Upper Merion. The split end is number 5, Jay Russell. Matt DiMarzio, number 26, is the halfback. Jerry Hearn, number 22, the other halfback. And Ryan Foster, number 34, is the fullback. Play didn't gain anything. It'll be second down and 10, still from the 20-yard line of Upper Merion. This is DiMarzio up the middle, has a good hole and gains 6 yards.
Good blocking that time by the right side of the line, and center Tony Raleigh. Big hole that time for DiMarzio. Now Upper Merion's going to have to mix it up a lot on offense if they're to win this one, Art. They are underdogs coming into this one. And Matt DiMarzio will also play a big role as they try and take some of the heat off of Ryan Foster.
Upper Merion has had difficulty running against Norristown in the past, and Norristown has been very stingy against the run this year. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Vikings on their initial drive. The ball at the 26-yard line. Ryan Foster tries the right side. It'll be close to first down yardage.
Foster, number 34. Mike Carroll, number 22, made the stop.
Mike Carroll, number 22, made the stop. A first down run for the Upper Merion Vikings.
10 for Upper Merion.
Eagles play that 5-2 defense, very tough against the run. And, the very tough front seven. The Vikings, I think, are going to have to go to the air a little bit in this one.
First down and 10-15 left to go in the opening quarter. There's no score. DiMarzio around the left side this time. Nice cut to the inside, gets him 5 yards.
Great job slipping the tackle that time by Matt DiMarzio. He was tied up by the Norristown 3 guys over there. And just a fantastic play by DiMarzio to get anything out of that play. It was strung out.
Good 7-yard gain on that play. It'll be second down and 3. These are the kind of situations that Upper Merion would rather have instead of that second and long.
And a big first down play, very important for the Vikings. As Brian Reagan said at the outset, ball control will be the key for them. They've got to get these long drives moving.
Both teams love to do that. It may be that kind of a ball game. Marzio goes up the middle, picks up 3 yards. Upper Merion doing a good job making holes for the runners.
Now DiMarzio's getting the ball a lot here. And Chris Roberts is in there now also in the backfield. But DiMarzio's getting the ball a lot here. I think they're trying to, the Eagles came out obviously thinking Ryan Foster, we're just going to have to stop Foster. The Vikings offense has been fairly one-dimensional this season. But Coach Steve Shine is going to DiMarzio early to say, hey, we've got more than just Foster.
First down and 10 for the Vikings after their second first down of this drive. Jerry Hearn is met in the backfield but gets away from the would-be tackler, Stefan McCall, and is spilled behind the line of scrimmage, but that could have been a loss of 5 instead of a loss of 1.
Good play by Hearn to get close to the line of scrimmage on that one, running strong, and Len Bazemore really popped him coming up from his strong safety spot. Ooh, Bazemore's a good one, I tell you, Art.
Plays both ways. We'll be seeing a lot of them when Norristown touches the ball. He wears number 1. Second down and 12 for Upper Merion, but it could have been a lot worse after that last play. Ball resting just outside the 40. Hearn comes in motion to the far side. Handoff goes right up the middle to DiMarzio. He picks up 2 yards. He's met by the middle of the Norristown defense. Number 78, Vinny Catagnas, made the tackle.
Well, now we've got 3rd and long. All right, let's see what the Vikings do here. The Vikings say they were working on a few gadget plays this week. Whether or not they'll use them this early in the ball game, we'll have to see on this play.
Third down and 9 situation, confronting the Vikings, the ball at their own 42.
2 wide receivers in there, Skur and Rissell.
They're split wide to the right side. Rowinski in trouble, goes down behind the line of scrimmage.
Big Ed Kerner all over Rowinski that time. Big rush. If the Vikings do have to throw in situations like that, the line has to be up, and they have to stop that rush of the Eagles. And that play, Kerner just poured in, and Rowinski didn't have a chance.
As a result, Upper Merion will give up the football after 2 first downs. Rich DeFeo, number 42 in punt formation. Len Bazemore, number 1, is back there, along with Bill Bates, number 6.
Good punt.
That's Dave Raimondo, number 8, excuse me. He takes the return up for about 7 yards. Good coverage by Upper Merion.
Now, DeFeo will be kicking away from Bazemore. You can bet the house on that. Bazemore is a great athlete, 5'11", 190. Fast back, and he's their focus of their option attack.
Norristown will go on offense, led by number 5, the quarterback Jim Scott. Take a look at the offensive line after this first play. Norristown will use a variety of sets, 1, 2, and 3 backs on some occasions.
They usually run right out of this formation that we just saw before this flag.
Stoppage of play. Looked like a player had a problem with some equipment. Taking a look at the offensive line of Norristown, the left tackle's number 76, Frank Witten. The left guard, Rick Romano, number 61. The center, Ryan Henning, number 56. Vinny Catagnas, the right guard, 78. Dan Riley, the right tackle, number 70. And Scott Wallace, the tight end, number 88.
Nice hit.
Ball loose. Upper Merion covers. The first big break of the game goes the way of the Vikings.
Big hit that time, I believe, Steve Cucci.
Big plays are an important part of the series. Norristown has hit Upper Merion for several of them, but if Upper Merion can get these turnovers, they have a shorter distance to go and perhaps get a score more easily.
Sean Chapman was the running back that time. He got hit hard, couldn't hold on to the ball, and Cucci pounces on it. The Vikings get the game's first break.
Bill Shaw lines up on the left side. First down and 10 from the 38 of Norristown. Upper Merion with the first threat of the game. Up the middle goes Chris Roberts, runs over 2 would-be tacklers, and he'll be near a first down.
Again, they stay away from Ryan Foster. I don't think he's even in there right now. I didn't see him in the backfield that time. Coach Steve Shine really changing things up coming into this game. And I think that's what the Vikings have to do if they're going to win. They have to cross up the Eagles. Because the Eagles, by all accounts, have better athletes. And a greater number of them also. Bigger school.
Well, I'm sure Norristown had looked at Ryan Foster a lot on film, but we haven't seen too much of him so far. They're measuring to see if it is a first down, and Upper Merion is just short, about 6 inches away.
Nice run that time by Roberts. He's going to be a big factor for the Vikings next season. He and DiMarzio will be the main running backs next year for the Vikes.
Upper Merion loses a lot of people to graduation, of course, and Roberts will be counted upon to guide that Viking ground attack next year. Second down, less than a yard to go for the first down.
It's keeper by Rowinski.
Right up over center. He's done that several times successfully this year, and a first down for Upper Merion, their third of the ball game, their fourth of the ball game.
Well, now the Vikings are moving them back off the offensive line. They're having a little more success than I thought they would, really. And the running game is, you know, Norristown came out expecting running game, and the Vikings still are being able to run. Now, the passing game, they had some trouble with the protection, but the line right so far is doing a very good job for Upper Merion.
Both teams are very similar as far as offensive tendencies are concerned. They both only throw about 10 times a game, or even less if the running game is going well. Jeff Rowinski calls a timeout for Upper Merion, their first of the game. Of course, they don't want any mistakes down in this position, as they have a good opportunity to put some points on the board. Last year, Upper Merion lost a heartbreaker to Norristown by a score of 13-7. It was a game where they were tied midway through the third quarter, but then the wind unfortunately knocked down a punt by Steve Juska and set up a rather easy score for Norristown. But Upper Merion still had a chance to win that game at the end. However, it didn't work out as a pass by Matt Maresco was intercepted on the last play.
Ryan Foster is trying to work out a cramp or something on the sideline, I believe. He's talking with the athletic trainer down there for Upper Merion. He's hopping around on one leg. He may have pulled something or perhaps twisted an ankle, and if he's out for any length of time, that could hurt the Vikings in the long run.
Ryan Foster's their leading ball carrier, as he's rushed for almost 800 yards this year.
Yeah, Foster's been a fantastic back for them this season, and he looks like he's going to be okay. I expect that we will see him back soon. When the going's tough, Ryan Foster's the man the Vikings go to, and he's come through time and time again this year.
Meanwhile, Chris Roberts doing an excellent job in his stead. First down and 10. The ball at the 25 of Norristown. Upper Merion is threatening. Chris Roberts doesn't find too much room off the right-hand side as Norristown comes up quickly to close up the hole.
Kerner there again for the Eagles. That time, that's a play where Ryan Foster, there's not much there, but Ryan Foster probably would have picked up a yard or two. And Roberts doesn't have the bulk that Foster has, nor does he have the low center of gravity, and not moving forward quite as much.
Well, give him an off season in the weight room, and he'll have that bulk on next year.
Oh yeah, he's going to be a good one for him next year.
Second down and 10, still from the 25. DiMarzio caught behind the line of scrimmage. Stefan McCall, number 45, made the tackle. He killed Upper Merion last year.
And you know, McCall came into this year, they had such high hopes for him. He really hasn't played a whole lot, but then he comes in today, and the scene of the crime, basically, Stefan McCall returns in the backfield, and hopefully that won't be too big a factor today as it was last year.
Upper Merion will have to keep a man on him, that's for sure. It'll be third down and 13. It appears as though a passing situation is upcoming. First time Rowinski didn't have enough protection, he was sacked.
Well, what they want to do is go quick over the middle to tight end Bill Shaw, one of the wideouts. And I'd imagine they'd be smart to keep the backs in to block.
Hearn in motion to the left side. Rowinski looking to the right. Penalty flag. Ball thrown back behind the line of scrimmage to DiMarzio. It was caught. However, the penalty flag will set Upper Merion back. Illegal motion. Whistled against the Vikings.
Well, that was a smart play by DiMarzio. He tried to drop the ball. He dove to catch it, which was it was about an 8-yard loss when he caught it, and he tried to get rid of it. I don't think the referee saw it, though. He called it a catch. But a heads-up play that time by DiMarzio.
That pass in the flat never developed. Norristown will refuse the penalty and force Upper Merion to punt. Too far away, of course, to try a field goal.
Rich DeFeo is going to have an important role in this game as the Vikings punter. He's got to pin them deep. He's done a good job of that this season, and he'll try be angling out of bounds this time to the near side. Nice kick, nice kick.
Takes somewhat of a Norristown roll and has downed at the 19-yard line.
Well, they didn't get the good hop that time, but he lofted it up there, and there was no chance of a return that time by Norristown.
One thing we have going for us this year is the weather. It's not too cold, and we don't have any rain at Viking Field. This is the first time I've seen the sun at Viking Field since 1981.
Thanksgiving Day wise, anyway.
Right. Have to clarify that. Norristown takes over, first down and 10 from their own 19.
Lenny Bay. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Jones.
Darrell Moses fumbles the ball, but Ed Culbreth alertly pounces on it for Norristown. That could have been turnover number 2.
Yeah, a lot of the talk is about number 1, Lenny Bazemore, the real quick back, but Moses is not far behind. He's an excellent back. And they have, with those two and Jim Scott and Sean Chapman, the split back, they have a deadly quartet in that backfield.
And as far as the passing game is concerned, Priest Ramsey, number 44, is one of their receivers. We'll be seeing a lot of him this afternoon. I'm sure Jim Scott's in trouble, but he gets away. And is brought down after a gain of about 6.
Good run that time by Scott. He's an excellent option quarterback. The Vikings on that play did what they have to do, which is get penetration. They didn't complete the play, but you've got to penetrate on the option quarterback and make him get rid of the ball quick or disrupt the pitch.
Paul Floyd, number 70, John Solkowski, number 41, made the stop. 2nd down and 4 coming up for Norristown. Ramsey is split wide to the near side of the screen. As you take a look at the Upper Merion cheerleaders trying to get the crowd going. Good play by the Upper Merion defense. Len Bazemore only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
John Solkowski submarined him that time. A good play by the linebacker.
He's had a great last few games for Upper Merion.
He's been been hitting people hard all season long, and he's been making the plays in the backfield. Especially last week, he got a fantastic job to get into the backfield, and right there again.
3rd down and 3, big play for the Upper Merion defense. Scott rolling to the right, pitches at the last minute, fumble football. They got it again. Upper Merion football, their 2nd turnover of the game.
Tony Raleigh. Woo! What a play. And they got in there and they disrupted the pitch. That's what happened on that play, Art. They were in on Scott. He pitched the ball off, and there was a man hanging off him, and therefore the pitch to Chapman was up high, hit him in the shoulder pad. He couldn't hold on. Vikings pounce on it, the 2nd turnover of the game. And as long as the ball stays down here, the Upper Merion Vikings are in good shape.
1st down and 10, once again on the Norristown side of the field at the 39. Ryan Foster into the game now, only gets a yard. Stefan McCall again, number 45, penetrates the backfield.
But you see, that's why they need Foster. He was hit a yard in the backfield and then still spun to pick up 2.
Ball on the 38-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and about 9 coming up as we're getting near the end of a swiftly played 1st quarter. Only 35 seconds remaining. Browinski to attempt his first pass, but he won't get it off. Instead, he fumbles the football.
They got it.
But the officials will say that he was down. Ground can't cause a fumble. Fortunate for the Vikings. That's going to be the last play of the 1st quarter as time is ticking away.
We'll be going down to the Viking Channel's Brian Reagan in just a moment. He's on the sidelines this afternoon. The Vikings are having trouble passing. Norristown's got a huge defensive line, and the Vikings really overmatched. But let's head down to Brian Reagan now, who I believe is on the sideline with an interview.
Well, while we'll wait for Brian, there's no score in the ball game. We're beginning the 2nd quarter of play. Upper Merion having the football in a 3rd down and 8 situation coming up.
Okay, some technical trouble there. I guess we won't have Brian. We apologize for that. But you know, a good 1st quarter for the Vikings. They held onto the ball for about 11 minutes of that period, really. Norristown had the ball just for 4 plays on offense, and they fumbled the ball away twice. The defense looks good.
Key thing will be for Upper Merion to take advantage of these opportunities on Norristown's side of the field. 3rd down and 8.
Smart play.
DiMarzio, nice call by Coach Shine. He'll be close. A penalty flag thrown in at the last minute.
Maybe a late hit. Matt DiMarzio is great on those draw plays. He really knows how to find the hole, and he's a very shifty back, and he zips through those holes very quickly. And that was a great call by Shine. They're having trouble with the passing attack, and they go to the draw play to try and take some of the heat off Rowinski.
Dave Raimondo, number 8. Stefan McCall, number 45, made the tackle. The penalty going against Upper Merion. That's unfortunate. He would have been close to a first down. It probably, had it been short of the first down, Coach Shine would have gone for it on 4th down, but now the ball is moved back to the 43.
Clip, and maybe that's the reason for that huge hole that Marzio had to run through.
3rd down, ball on the 43.
You really can't use the draw play here now because they just saw it and they'll be expecting it.
3rd and 13. Rowinski, they do go with a draw. Ryan Foster picks up 5 yards. He'll be short of a first down, however.
Well, they went with the draw, but Norristown was laying back waiting for it.
Rich DeFeo's job, once again, will be to try to pin Norristown deep.
Ball on the 38.
You know, McCall's going against Tony Raleigh, too, who's playing center for the first time in quite some time. And that could be a bit of a hazard for Raleigh as far as he's concerned, you know, with the blocking schemes and things. And McCall's a quick nose tackle.
Rich DeFeo gets a good kick away. Len Bazemore takes at the 8. It's snowed under by Upper Merion up near the 10. Good stop by Upper Merion, so Norristown is pinned fairly deep in their own territory.
Good coverage that time by the Viking punt team. And a nice high punt by DeFeo again.
Fabrizio and TJ Swinley made the stop for Upper Merion.
10:45 left to go in the second quarter. There's no score in this ball game. Thanksgiving 1987, a beautiful morning for football. Temperature in the upper 50s, mostly sunny skies. Couldn't ask for a much better game. We were expecting a little bit of rain a couple of days ago, but it's holding off. That's good news for both teams. This game can be played on a dry field. Len Bazemore up the middle. This dry field might help him get a 20-yard gain.
Wow, Rich DeFeo saved a touchdown there. Bazemore exploded through that hole.
That's the big play that Upper Merion's going to have to contain. Norristown has hit Upper Merion with big plays the last few years that have absolutely killed them in ball games. Otherwise, Upper Merion may have emerged with a couple of victories the last few years.
Well, the Bazemore is the big play type of guy, and he's the one they have to watch.
1st down and 10, the ball at the 34-yard line of Norristown. Bazemore up the middle, cutting to the left-hand side, gets 2 yards up to the 36. John Picaretta, number 37, makes the stop.
Well, Picaretta and Bazemore both kind of stumbling on that play. They just kind of ran into each other. Kind of a comedy of errors on that play.
2nd down.
2nd down and 7 situation.
Wouldn't be surprised if Scott went up top soon.
Both teams have been keeping it on the ground for the most part. Darrell Moses, good job by Upper Merion, catching him behind the line of scrimmage. Good lateral pursuit by the Viking lineman.
Good play to string it out. T.J. Stribney slowed him up, and he kept the running back in the backfield long enough for the other Vikings to catch up, and they were able to block off the angle, and Moses had nowhere to go.
Todd Malik, number 52, also in. 3rd down and 7. Draw play, Len Bazemore, short of a first down by 5 yards. He only picks up 2. Upper Merion noses the play out well.
John Solkowski had him trapped in the backfield, and somehow Bazemore spun away from him and picked up 3 or 4 yards. He is something to watch, Harvey.
With a hot day, Bazemore still has a chance to get 1,000 yards. It may be a tall order against Upper Merion's defense, but he comes into action with 821 yards. Scott Morris, number 80, is the punter for Norristown. First punt of the day. Bud Leo takes the fair catch.
Hey, you can't do that. That was a fair catch.
Almost too close there for Ed Culbreth. Fair catch taken at the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Vikings. 8:14 left in the second quarter.
I don't know what Culbreth was thinking about there. He didn't hit him hard, so he wasn't like he was being over-aggressive. He just kind of tapped him on the knee with his helmet. Smart play by Leo that time to call the fair catch. Norristown had good coverage on that. lofted kick.
First and 10 for the Vikings at their own 38. Hearn right up the middle, good acceleration, gets him 6 yards.
Once Jerry Hearn gets moving, he's a tough back to bring down. He's got, once he gets that head of steam up, he can carry some people along.
Mike Carroll, number 22 for Norristown, met Hearn after a gain of 6.
Another big first down play for the Vikings.
46-yard line.
Upper Merion going into this next play at their own 46. Hearn comes in motion to the near side. Rowinski keeping it on the bootleg. Close to a first down, but the hole closes down. Mike Carroll again making the hit.
Oh, he got popped.
Number 16, Mike Carroll, 22, and Ed Kerner, number 71, made the stop.
Big Ed Kerner also in there to make the tackle. Stefan McCall, Mike Carroll, and Ed Kerner have been the big guns so far for Norristown's defense.
Kerner's a real good end. 6'1", 220, a senior. He's on that left side. He'll be tough for the Vikings to get around. It's quite a battle, him going up against Bill Shaw and Odin Brucci.
Third down, the Vikings need 1. Ryan Foster gets it over the right side of the offensive line.
Well, no trickery there, just right over Fabrizio and Brucci and Tony Raleigh, and gets the first down easily.
Brian Henning of Norristown made the tackle, but a first down for Upper Merion as they're on the move. 6:50 left to go in the second quarter. There's no score. Art Saxon along with John Miller. Thanksgiving, the Turkey Day Classic, 1987.
Well, this has been a good one so far. Upper Merion's controlled it, really. And really the only time Norristown had any kind of drive, Len Bazemore ripped off a 20-yard run.
Rowinski going deep for Bill Shaw, but it's over his head and almost intercepted. Dave Raimondo had the best shot at that one.
Yeah, Rowinski and Shaw with some miscommunication. Shaw had stopped, and Rowinski overthrew him. But that was a good play. You saw the play action, and Rowinski had time to unload the long one.
Upper Merion's going to have to try to loosen up that Norristown defense a little bit by going to the air. They did a good job last week against Quakertown. And instead of just going with a run, which Norristown will be expecting, if they can mix it up, they have a good chance to get downfield. Second down and 10. Brian Foster goes over the right side again. That's where the Upper Merion Vikings usually run, and so far the offensive line has done their job.
Well, I think what they've done has loosened up the Norristown defense a little bit. They were expecting Foster, and he came out with an injury. He's still limping slightly, but he's okay to play. But as a as a result, the Vikings had to go to different backs, and they had to go to the passing game a little bit. And though they haven't been real successful with the passing, it's loosened up the Eagle defense a little.
Third down and 5. Big play for Upper Merion. Jerry Hearn comes in motion to the near side. Rowinski gives off to Matt DiMarzio, and he gets a couple of yards, but he'll be short of the first down. It'll be fourth down, a kicking situation.
I think they might go for it here, Art. They're close.
Smith, number 15, made the tackle for
Ball is at the 41-yard line of Norristown.
It'll be fourth down.
Upper Merion needs about 3.
And about 3.
Well, I think Steve Shine's going on the play before this one where Ryan Foster just kind of dove ahead and when he came up, he had 5 yards gained. They're getting a big surge on the right side of that line, and they'll run Foster behind it now, I would suspect.
Fourth down and 3. Ryan Foster fighting for it. Depends on where the officials spot this one.
A good play by the Norristown defense to turn him back. Carroll in there again.
Number 56, Mike Carroll, number 22.
Henning was also there. And Foster was moving forward, and they peeled him back. And that's going to make it real close.
Okay, hold on. We're going over there now. Okay, ready?
Okay, we're going to go over to Ryan Reagan with an interview on the field. It is a first down for Upper Merion. Nice job by the Vikings. Drive continues. A gamble paid off there for Coach Shine.
That's a good play. It gets the Vikings moving. You know, they've had the ball for so much of the early going here. And to pick up a first down like that, they're finally starting to get something moving here.
Upper Merion on the move. The ball at the Eagle 37-yard line. Norristown jumps offside. Stefan McCall.
That's how he gets in the backfield so quickly. Oh, I get it.
Alter count by Rowinski got McCall off.
Well, he jumped. You know, he's trying to get the anticipatory jump there, and Rowinski pulled him off.
That makes a big difference. Instead of 1st and 10, it's now 1st down and 5. The ball at the 31-yard line.
Second down.
Jerry Hearn around the right side, had some room downfield, picks up 7 yards.
Hey, Jerry Hearn's running real well today. You know, he's had some big pickups, and he's shed a couple tackles on occasion. And as I say, once he gets going, he has that head of steam. He's hard to bring down, and he's getting a chance to get moving here as they bring him in motion.
Hearns also had a good year, came into action, 492 yards and 4 touchdowns. That was a first down run by Jerry Hearn. He picks up 10 yards. Ball at the 23 of Norristown. Ryan Foster this time doesn't find too much room.
Ryan Henning there. And, well, the Eagles caught on to the Vikings game that time. Ryan Foster right, and they stopped it up good.
Ed Kerner and Big Willie Fisher, number 51, make the tackle for Norristown. Haven't heard too much from Fisher so far, but he's another man to watch in their defense.
Well, he's over on the other side of the line for the most part, and they've been running right a lot here.
Second down, 8 yards to go. DiMarzio comes in motion to the near side. He receives the football going around the left side.
Look at him carry, folks.
Good lateral pursuit, though, by Norristown.
Stopped by 88, Scott Wallace.
Nice play that time by DiMarzio, carrying a couple of folks for some yardage.
It'll be third down for the Vikings.
Scott Wallace and Ed Kerner make the tackle along with Len Bazemore. Third down, and still about 5 needed for Upper Merion. Ball at the 18.
This is 2 down territory, Art.
Vikings controlling the clock, very important. Only 2:40 left to go in the first half, but they need a score to break this tie. Jerry Hearn leaps over a man, but Norristown's interior defense is there to make sure he doesn't advance.
Well, they got halfway there, and I suspect that they will go for it here on 4th down. The offense wants to go, and Steve Shine concurs. They're going to go for it.
Let's go down to Brian Reagan quickly.
At the end of the first quarter, Ryan Foster came off to have his ankle taped. They taped it up, he tested it, he's all right. The Norristown players are noticeably tired. They're huffing and puffing when they come to the sideline. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
4th down and 3 coming up. Another call for Upper Merion. Not this time. Doesn't look like it, but we'll see where the officials spot it.
That's got to be close, Art. Maybe not. They're signaling first down Norristown.
Now Ed Kerner made the tackle a yard short. Upper Merion had an opportunity, but didn't come away with anything. At least, though, they are taking a lot of time off the clock, and Norristown hasn't really seen the football too much, and we're almost through the first half of play.
Yeah, they've kept the Norristown offense very explosive off the field, and that is what they had to do. The only problem with that is that they haven't scored any points of their own, and so they're no better off, really, than they were. Still, the Upper Merion defense is rested, and that's a big plus.
1:22 left to go. Sean Chapman, number 3, gets 5 yards, his best gain of the day. He fumbled a ball earlier that Upper Merion recovered, but unfortunately the Vikings couldn't do anything with it.
The Vikings have to be careful here not to relax a little bit in the last minute of the half. And how many times have we seen that in the last minutes of a half or of the game? Norristown scoring against the Vikings on Thanksgiving Day.
I can remember a few occasions that ultimately cost Upper Merion a victory. Here's a pitch to Bazemore up the middle. He gets away from a couple tacklers. That's one thing that Upper Merion is going to have to watch. That's a second big run he's ripped off.
Well, the Eagles are moving into scoring position here, and they'll call a quick timeout, I would guess.
Raleigh and DeFeo saved the day for the Vikings. Norristown calls a timeout with 38 seconds left. Their first.
Isn't Bazemore impressive, though, the way he explodes through the line, and then it's, you know, do or die time for the secondary, and he's a tough man to track down once he gets past that line of scrimmage.
Norristown had a great runner for several years named Danny Boyd. Now, he was the type that ran over people as opposed to Bazemore, who just runs through people.
Bazemore has the strength to run over people, 190-pounder, but he's also got the speed to run around them, and that's what he tries to do.
Still enough time for Norristown. 38 seconds left. They should be able to get a few more plays off. Upper Merion is going to have to make sure that they don't get too much closer. Ball is at their own 40. Priest Ramsey, number 44, split wide to the left side. Jim Scott going to the air, looking left side. Chapman makes the reception. He's out of bounds at the Viking 39.
Good play to get out of bounds that time, and a nice throw by Scott. That's the first time that he has put the ball up, and he got Chapman open.
Stop by
Buddy Leo made the stop for Upper Merion, but not before a first down gain. The ball at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 30.
Clock ticking now, 24, 23. Upper Merion kicks the ball back.
Officials therefore will momentarily stop things. Now they'll start the clock once again.
I don't think Norristown knows the clock is ticking.
Scott going over the middle. Bazemore on the receiving end of it at the 22.
Now they should sit on him.
4 seconds left. Norristown calls the timeout.
We're seeing the explosiveness of the Norristown offense right here. They've driven 90 yards in about a minute here, Art. Or not 90 yards, but about 70. If they score, it'll be 90.
Ball is sitting at the Viking 23. This would be a 40-yard try. I don't know whether Winnick has that kind of range.
I really don't think he does. But with the weapons that they have, I mean, on this play, there's so much that they can do. Scott can go up top. They can give the ball off to Bazemore. They can go to Chapman. They can go to Moses on a draw play.
We now have 6 seconds left in the clock. The officials have added a couple more seconds.
Well, that really isn't important, I don't think. This is the last play.
Coach Grove out there talking to his offense to decide exactly what they're going to do. Be a big play for Upper Merion if they can hold Norristown off here going to the half tied.
Well, it would be a terrible letdown if they played so tough for the entire first half and go in trailing.
So look at the Upper Merion sidelines. They have to be happy with the way things are going so far, even though they've had a couple chances to score and have come away empty. They've held Norristown off.
Well, they're in a throwing formation here, Art, with Bazemore split out to the right in the slot back.
6 seconds left. Scott fakes, looking to the right. Priest Ramsey is open down there, but Scott keeps it and goes out of bounds. Priest Ramsey was open down there by the right corner of the end zone.
Not a good decision that time by Scott. He had a man, but he tried to run it in, and there was no chance.
Fortunate for Upper Merion, because Ramsey probably could have walked in, but that's the end of the first half with no score. Let's go down to Brian Reagan.